Yo, what's up, Chode Squad? It's your favorite YouTuber, Whimsy Spit. Back to the. Don't pay attention to haters, bro. Haters be on some bullshit, bro. You know, only bold statements here on the Whimsy Spit channel. But as you may have heard in the last video, got fired from Burger King. I got a job. I got kicked out of college, which is my first story about haters. I got kicked out of college, and then I whatchamacallit. The day I got kicked out of college, I got a new job thanks to my mate. I was working at Burger King. Let me explain what it's like starting to work at Burger King. Like, if you were thinking about it, this should completely change your whole opinion. Do not work for that motherfucker. The Burger King is a dickhead, bro. Whoever he is, bro, fuck the Burger King. I go in. I literally didn't do an interview because I had a good word put in. I filled a thing. I got the contract on the day I pulled up and filled out the form. It was like no interview, bro. And at first I was like, that's fucking mint, bro. I don't even have to go through the awkward, like, fucking interview process. I ain't got to trip over questions. And I was like, yeah, that's fucking lit, man. It wasn't. Because you realize they don't give a fuck about who they hire, bro. They do not care about employees or who they are or what they're going through. Nothing, bro. They do not care about people, bro. Burger King is... Oh, bro, bun Burger King. I do the thing. They're like, oh, yeah, you got to do a little bit of online training. I'm like, yeah, it's no biggie. I did that at my last job, you know. I just went in, they put me on a computer for a couple hours, I was getting paid. They sent me the link and the login to the work page. Tell me why I did 30 hours of unpaid training. And this training consisted of the most mundane shit you will ever see in your whole life, bro. It was so dead, bruv. They did like an hour-long tutorial on how to put fries in the bag, man. When I actually started working it, bro, it takes a minute and it literally no thinking. You don't even have to think, bro. If they just showed me that would have been good. But the training, you know, you think, okay, yeah, the online training, you don't get paid for it. Yeah, it's long as fuck. At least it actually trains you. Bro, it doesn't teach you shit! I had to go in and do a 2-hour unpaid training shift anyway. So I go in, I do the shift, yeah. I didn't learn that much, but I learned enough stuff because I was learning from my mate. So I learned how to be on the front, which is where you pack up the orders and you give it to, you know, the dickheads who come to Burger King and, you know, look at the employees like you've done something wrong. You know, them fucking waste man who go to the Burger King in Milton Keynes. Yeah, W Docs, bro. Fuck Burger King. So I'm in there packaging orders. This is like 2 weeks in, yeah. And at this point I've already been moaned at like 4 or 5 times by the manager. Now, I'm not going to dox his... Yes, I am. Fuck him. Alan, bro. Fuck Alan, bro. So I'm there, and he's already complaining at me that I'm not doing stuff right. All of this stuff he didn't train me for, yeah? This is going to become a recurring theme. Oh my fucking... He puts me on drive-thru, yeah? Which was already messed up. Their drive-thru system's fucked up, bro. It's broken, yeah? Doesn't work. Niche. Fucking no comprehende. Some bullshit, bruv. Completely done out. He puts me on it. Naturally, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. I don't know the menu off by heart, and I don't even know how to use the drive-thru screen. So I'm there, and naturally, I'm fucking up the drive-thru because do I look like the Burger King? No, bro. I'm a fucking 17-year-old being paid minimum wage with unpaid training, which would, by the way, bring me below the minimum wage because it's mandatory training. Yeah, I know my legal thing, and I'm there. Trying to do the drive-thru, nothing's fucking working because what do you mean I have to press a button after every person comes to the window to time our fucking drive-thru speed? Bro, I didn't know that. The fuck? So that happens. That was the worst shift. Then the next shift, I'm on fries for 6 hours. I've got 5 different men telling me what to make, and it's like, bro, I'm making your fries, but let me make person A's fries first before you come to me on some bullshit like, oh yeah, drop them fries, make me a box of loaded bacon and cheese fries. Okay, I'll start making them. Person A comes up to me, they're like, yo, you still making them large delivery fries? I was making them shits. What do you mean? So, you know, that bullshit happened for 5.5 hours straight. I took away my half-an-hour break, which is hardly a break, by the way. They monitor what you get for your break food, because, you know, they're stingy. And at the end of this shift, the boss pulls me aside and he's like, yo, pattern up, bro. You got one more chance. What you did today wasn't good. And I was like, bro, doing it. I was doing it. Maybe if there was someone else who wanted to make fries on a Saturday evening, the busiest time, maybe it wouldn't be such a problem. You know, but I kept my cool. I didn't say that. I mean, I did, but not with that kind of tone. I said it in a very gentle, explaining way, as I normally do. You know, my angelic vocal cords. So I leave, and I come in for the next shift. I'm hearing news. He's been fired. You know, I'm hearing different news. He's stepping down. Either way, Alum isn't a manager anymore. I'm gassed. New lady in. Danielle. Waste man. I'm gonna go ahead and straight. You don't even need to hear the story before I say it, bro. Because you're gonna understand. She comes in. She's being real nice with me. She's really chill, bro. I thought she was a fucking legend. I was like, oh my god, my job isn't bad and I'm not quitting in a week. You know, I'm doing my job. I'm doing it good, bro. And if I do mess up, she's like, oh, don't. She's like Slovakian. She's like, don't worry, baby. And I was like, hey, man. Shit. Thank you for being so understanding and appreciative, Danielle. She was not understanding and appreciative. She made me. So my fished? Yes, hard, bro. My shift and finished at 6. I started at 12. At 4:30, she tells me, no, not even. At 4 o'clock, she tells me, yo, I'm gonna show you how to polish stuff. And I'm like, oh my god, she's actually teaching me. Thank the fucking lords. She teaches me how to polish, and this is like, alright, you can go home now. It's empty. You know, store's empty. You can go home now, don't worry. And I was like, okay. Well, that's a bit shit, because you only give me 1 shift a week. And now you're cutting it short by 2 weeks. But, you know, I was like, okay, maybe she's doing a kind gesture because I look stressed. She wasn't. Bro, she was... Oh, my... She was on some bullshit, bro. I'm gonna be so honest. I get home. And I'm chilling. At about 7-8 p.m. My mate messages me. And she was like... Yo, you're fired, by the way, bro. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, Alum just told me to tell you you're fired. What a waste, man! What do you mean I'm fired? Bro, tell me yourself! But then I called Alum and I was like, yo, my friend told me to call you. And he was like, he yapped for like a whole 5 minutes. And he was on some bullshit like, yeah, bro, you weren't doing your job right. And he like, you weren't quick enough at the test. You were meant to do this. Like, fuck off, man. Train me then. And there was loads of stuff. And it was like, honestly, I don't fucking care, bro. And then he went, you're fired. And I was like, alright, man. He's like, I'm sorry to tell you this news. I'm sure this is very difficult for you. I was like, honestly, bro, I dodged a bullet. You know what? I thanked him at the end for the opportunity, but behind his back and on the other side of that phone, when I muted it, you best believe I was calling him every name under the sun. What a dickhead. And that was just like it's just, what was the topic of this video? Oh yeah. It was, don't listen to the haters. Low-key, this video was supposed to be about, how fucking lame and how you should ignore people who just be existing to hate you. I ended up just venting about my fucking whack-ass time at Burger King. So if you have one takeaway from this video, don't work at Burger King. That's about it. Safe, man.